guidance on a website, to our minds are kind of the opposite of what you would think. The physicians in the subspecialties should be the ones probably providing this information, this ongoing guidance to the board to help guide them in making their opinions, making certainly legislative amendments. And that is something that concerned us. That is something that we were curious to know how the board basically reaches such opinions without the input of the supervising physicians, certainly the PAs in that subspecialty, essentially the people who know best. Into the comment.
Anything else? Thank you, Mr. Williams. Appreciate your comments. Our next speaker is Jennifer Angelo.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Angelo. I'm a practicing physician assistant in the state of Louisiana. I've been here for the last 13 years since graduation from the Shreveport program. I also represent the Louisiana Academy of Physician Assistants as their legislative chair and former past president. Thank you so much for allowing us to address you this morning. Would like to first of all refer you to our written comments that we've already submitted. It's about a 6 or 7 page document that I shall not read to you this morning. I just want to enter into the record that this has been an ongoing process since 2008. We've never been completely clear, LAPA as an organization, on what issue we're exactly trying to solve. We are always willing to work beside LSB&me to solve this problem or to work through this process. We are certainly most concerned about the health care and well-being of the citizens of the state of Louisiana and how we can contribute to making that better. We do feel that a one-size-fits-all approach, as in a list of can and cannot do, so to speak, is definitely inappropriate and is not going to solve any problem. In fact, it's going to create more problems, we feel. It's going to limit access to health care. It's going to increase the financial burden of health care, and it's also going to eliminate the MD's delegated authority for their PAs. And as you know, that is the beauty of our profession, is that our supervising physician can mold us into what they need us to be in their practice. And also the idea that the LSB&me can make changes to that website whenever necessary and just simply post them on the website. We do find that concerning. I understand your views on that as well. Actually, if it's okay with the board, we have our national representative here, Liz Rose from the American Academy of Physician Assistants. If possible, I would like for her to speak, if that is possible for you at all.
Did she fill out a card?
She did.
Sure,
she
that's
did.
fine.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And as always, I'm saying the comments are very helpful.
Thank you.
Ms. Rowe? Would you please state your full name and the organization you represent?
Sure. My name is Elizabeth Rowe. I'm the Director of State Advocacy and Outreach for the American Academy, excuse me, the American Academy of Physician Assistants. We've already previously submitted comments to the board on this, and I have written a statement this morning. I can read it to you, or I can submit it for consideration.
Your pleasure. If you'd like to submit it, the board would be happy to read it with your other comments.
Okay. Let me just state here that obviously the American Academy of Physician Assistants is the only national organization representing the 81,000 practicing PAs in the country. We appreciate the opportunity to comment this morning and be here with you. And I just want to point out a couple of items that are in this document, as well as some background information I'd like to provide to the board while they're considering these rules. We obviously are absolutely committed to the concept that PAs practice with physician supervision within a physician-led team. Further, we support the authority of licensed facilities to credential and privilege PAs in a manner analogous to that used for physicians. We also support the role that the state regulatory authorities play in the protection of the public. Our concerns with the proposed rule is that it is in conflict with existing statutes in the state of Louisiana and will impose an added regulatory burden on physician PA teams and the facilities in which they practice. And I won't reread the entire section of the Louisiana revised statutes to you, but I would like to direct you to section 1360.28 of the Louisiana revised statutes, which identifies the role and obligation of each supervising physician in supervising a PA. The proposed rule removes an individual physician's statutory responsibility to determine a PA's scope of practice and define the parameters of appropriate supervision. The proposed rule also has the potential to disrupt care in hospitals, which are already stretched their workforce limits. When a physician must stand at the bedside to personally observe an experienced PA performing a routine task, that physician is unable to care for another patient whose needs might be more critical. And obviously, Dr. Trewick and Dr. Greer provided very excellent examples of that. We are also concerned that this proposed rule amendment would move Louisiana physician PA team practice backward in a time when those who play a central role in providing patient care are working to assure that every member of the healthcare team is able to practice at the top of their skills and ability. I brought with me today 5 articles from publications such as the Journal of Society of Thoracic Surgeons, the Journal of Trauma, and the Journal of the Hospital Medicine. These articles, written within the last 6 years, cite over 30 years of research surrounding PA practice in the hospital setting. The articles reinforce the concept that PAs perform delegated services safely and in several studies decrease mortality rates and hospital lengths of stay. Given this data, it is hard to understand from our perspective why the LSBME would propose this rule. There is a question of ensuring that physicians understand their role in properly supervising PA practice. There are other remedies to achieve that goal. For example, the LSBME could extend its jurisprudence exam for physicians into the realm of PA practice, requiring physician PA teams to take a jurisprudence exam prior to commencing practice. The concern lies within assuring that a PA is competent to perform tasks. The Hospital Association could provide best practice guidance to its members on appropriate credentialing and privileging of PAs in licensed facilities. I'm confident that the Louisiana Hospital Association, the LSMS, Louisiana State Medical Society, and Louisiana Academy of Physician Assistants would be open to working with you to find a solution that would work within the existing parameters of PA practice law and regulation. Again, we endorse and we strongly are committed to the physician PA team concept that is the hallmark of a PA profession. And we strongly agree that there are times when close physician proximity is appropriate. However, this should be determined by the physician, the PA, and the licensed facility, taking into consideration an individual PA's skills and experience and the needs of the patient. And finally, I'd like to provide you a quote from Tara Lynn McKay, who's the former Assistant General Counsel for the Texas Medical Board. It is the medical board's mission to protect the public, but we do not meet that mission when we unreasonably restrict capable professionals from providing care. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Rowe.
I also have your articles.
Would you leave those with Ms. Arnold also, please?
Yes, sir.
Our next speaker is Robert Bay.
Good morning. I'm Robert Bay. I'm the current Vice President of Louisiana Academy of Physician Assistants, also a practicing PA. I've been out of school now for 16 years. Retired military, and that's where a lot of the proposal that we put forward over the course of time has come from, is my experience in that capacity. We'd like to comment that the list that has been proposed already exists at a local level. We understand from repeated feedback from the board members and discussions with the board that the proposal at some future point in time is to really solidify the concept of privileging and credentialing. Credentialing being that you can do this procedure. We need to understand, or we need to reiterate to the fact that credentialing is unique, or privileging is unique to the hospital organization of which it defines. If I'm in rural Louisiana and I don't have an ICU or I don't have any kind of specialty care that I can pass off to, I have no business sticking in chest tubes. Conversely, if I'm in a primary care center, a tertiary care facility or a level 1 trauma center where I have all the specialists around, then those are the appropriate places to put those procedures in. A rule like this essentially cuts everybody out at the get-go from the standpoint of nobody can perform these procedures regardless of the physical and or